Hey guys, it's Tahira, and today I'm doing such an exciting video. I'm doing my Booktube-A-Thon TBR. The Booktube-A-Thon is a week-long readathon that is being held from July 24th to July 30th this year. And basically in this readathon there are 7 reading challenges and 7 video challenges, and basically it's a lot of fun. This is my very first time doing the Booktube-A-Thon. I saw people doing it last year and I thought it was super fun, and it just motivated a lot of people to read, so I'm going to be participating this year to the best of my ability, and hopefully I get to read a lot. But I have a pretty ambitious TBR. I have 8 books on my TBR today, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover, and for that I'm reading When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. So When Dimple Met Rishi follows a girl named Dimple who is Indian, and she basically is about to graduate. She's very focused with her job and career and work and stuff, but her mom wants to find the perfect Indian husband for her and to marry her off. Rishi Patel is a Indian guy who is a hopeless romantic, and he wants to find a wife for himself. So he goes to this coding program that Dimple also goes to because his parents told him that his future wife would be there and that he has to try to seduce her and attract her, and basically, yeah. I've heard so much about this book. I'm so excited. I'm into this contemporary kick right now, and I always love contemporaries during the summer, and I've heard this is a really great true summer contemporary, and I'm so excited to read it for the readathon. Challenge number 2 is to read a hyped book. And so for this one, I'm choosing The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. This book is very, it's not as hyped as some books, like for example The Mortal Instruments or like Divergent sometimes, and like new YA books, but I've heard a lot about this. It was in a recent Owl Crate box too, and Owl Crate always chooses really great books, so I trust them with their book recommendations, and so I'm really excited to read this. I've heard nothing but good things about, and it's super diverse because there are different body representations, there are different sexualities, and I'm so excited to read it. Upside of Unrequited follows a girl named Molly who is fat, and she is basically expert in unrequited love, which means that she has had 26 crushes, but none of them have liked her back. And her sister Cassie has always told her to toughen up and stop letting her go and fall for these guys and stuff. But then a girl enters into Cassie's life, and then Cassie herself is a lovesick mess. And Molly's partner also comes with a cool sidekick, and of course Molly can't help falling for him, and then she also has a co-worker named Reed who she might also have interest in, and this book follows her story. So excited to read this book. I've heard nothing but great things, and hopefully I can finish it in the coming week. Challenge number 3 is to read a book in one day. For this challenge I chose Sisters by Raina Telgemeier. This is a fairly short book, and it is a graphic novel, so it should be fairly easy to get through because I haven't read a graphic novel in quite a while, and so I thought why not, just in the spirit of this week, just throw in some graphic novels. I actually have a couple more graphic novels on this TBR, but graphic novels are quick and easy and they're really fast to get through, so I'm pretty sure I can finish this in like an hour or 2. Basically, Sisters is very straightforward. It's the story about 2 sisters and their life, and very straightforward, so I don't really need to explain. Challenge number 4 is to read a book about a character that is very different from you. For this challenge, I chose the book Ghosts by Raina Telgemeier, who is the same author as Sisters. This is a character that is different from me because I believe the main characters are part of a Latino family, and that is very different from where the culture I'm from. Ghosts is basically, it's very cute. I love Raina Telgemeier. She's the only author I have graphic novels from, and her graphic novels are always so cute and sweet, and I'm so excited to read this book. And this book is actually going to be a reread, and Sisters is also going to be a reread because I've read this before, but it's been quite a while again since I've read some graphic novels, so I just decided why not read it this week. Challenge number 5 is to read a book completely outdoors. Now, I don't go outside much. Can be honest, I have spent the past week completely indoors except for when I needed to go out, and I'm perfectly fine indoors, but for this challenge I'm gonna try my best. And let me tell you, I live in California, and in California it's like not that hot. It's not as hot as like Texas or like Florida where it's like 100, but it's still like 80/90, so it is like pretty hot. But I'm just gonna get my sunglasses and try to read as much as I can, and I will for this readathon because I'm willing to do that. But for the book I'm choosing for this challenge is another graphic novel, and it is Smile by Raina Telgemeier. Again, graphic novel, very short. I love this one. This is my favorite graphic novel out of Reina's books, and this is the very first one I read, and it's really nice. It's about a girl and her journey with braces and how she deals with it because she was in an accident and her teeth fell out, and so she needed to get braces and fake teeth. And it was a long process to get her teeth back. And so the story follows her, and I've read this book before and it's really, really good. I love it. I don't have much to say because it's just the journey of a girl with braces, and I've had braces so I can relate to her. Challenge number 6 is read a book that you bought just because of the cover. Now, I know Booktube loves covers, buying covers, but I personally have never bought a book just because of the cover. I'm not like that. And Catty-tastic said that in a video. I'm so glad that she did because I thought it was the only one. And she said that she never really buys a book just because of the cover. She reads a synopsis and finds out if it's her type of book and then buys it. But I'm choosing a book for this one that is a book that I partially bought because of the cover, because the cover is so beautiful, and that is Passenger by Alexander Bracken. Passenger is a beautiful, beautiful cover. You can see the ocean is so beautiful and the text is so beautiful as well. And inside you can see that there is this tree. I don't know if you can see it because I can't actually see myself, but there's this tree inside and it's so, so beautiful. The cover is gorgeous. The spine text is beautiful, and this, I still can't go over this tree. Like, I didn't expect something to be there, and so when I usually get hardcovers, I look inside just to see what the naked looks like. And then I saw this and I was just like, anyway, I'm so excited to read this because I've read this before, but I mentioned in a previous video recently, 25 book facts about me. If you want to know that video, I'll link it down below. But for this video, I said that I used to read 300 to 400 pages an hour, and this was I read when I was reading 300 400 pages an hour because at that time I just wanted to read as much as I could, as fast as I could, and so I wasn't really absorbing the story. So I read this back then, but I don't remember the story like a lot, so I'm just gonna reread it again in this week, and I'm so excited because I've heard it's great and I know I've read it, but I just don't remember anything about it. As far as I know that Passenger's about a violinist named Etta, and something about time traveling, and time traveling is always a great thing in stories. I love time traveling, and so this book is about that and her journey through time, and the story is about her basically, and I'm so excited to read this. The cover is gorgeous, and I basically partially bought it because of the cover, so this works. Then challenge number 7 is to read 7 books, and for this one I did Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. Above is a novella bind-up of the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer, and basically I didn't know what book to choose for this one, so I decided on this novella bind-up because novellas are short, they're easy to get through, and I haven't read this one in a while. So of course, me being me, I'm gonna add an 8th book to the pile because I just want to challenge myself even more than what the challenge is for the Booktube-A-Thon. And for that book, I'm gonna read A Corner of White by Jacqueline Moriarty. Never, ever, ever seen this book ever on Booktube at all. I've never heard a mention of this book, but I got it for my birthday from my uncle, so and I was surprised because I've never heard of this book because I usually have heard of a lot of popular books, but I don't know if this is popular. But again, I haven't read this at all. I'm really excited to read it. I've not heard nothing. I don't know really what it's about, and I want to go in knowing nothing because sometimes it's just fun to go in and not know anything because then everything's a surprise. So I'm not going to be telling you about what it's about because I don't know myself, and I'm just going to leave it that way, and I'll tell you what it's about in my Booktube-A-Thon wrap-up. So that is it for my Booktube-A-Thon TBR. Let me know down below if you're participating in the Booktube-A-Thon, and let me know some books on your TBR, as I would love to know. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!